Welcome to Sitting with Armani, where we have discussions with everyday people from different walks of life who wants to make a difference in the world. Here today we have a fashion designer and a fashion stylist based in New York. So I would like for her to introduce herself, and here she is.
My name is Lachey Antoinette. I am 28 years young. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm off today, so I was able to get relax.
On a Monday.
On a Monday, it's important to have Mondays off. I've learned my lesson working on
Working what exactly? Like what exactly do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
Okay, so I work full time. I'm a manager in fashion retail.
Okay,
And
manager.
Yes, and then outside of that, I'm a stylist and a personal shopper.
Okay. So how long you been doing that for?
I feel like I've been styling all my life.
All your life?
Yes.
So you knew that was your calling, that's like your purpose in life.
No, I would say fashion design.
Okay.
Fashion design has been the dream. It still is the dream. But fashion design was what I wanted to do from a kid.
I was being a lurker, and I was looking through your page. I saw a quote that stood out to me. It said, after depression comes fashion. So what do you mean by that exactly? You've been depressed before? Or is that just a saying that you say, or?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't make the quote.
Oh.
But I feel like sometimes there's so much memes on social media, and sometimes you feel like that certain memes just speak to you or it was made for you. So when I saw that one, I was like, yes, these are my words. So yes, I love the good love. I'll be lurking too.
Yes.
For me, I would say for a couple of years, I would say I was in a depressive state.
Okay.
I don't want to say depression, but I feel like if that was depression, that's what it felt like.
Okay.
And that was for a good 2 years of a gray period.
That's a long time.
I know, right?
And how did you get out of that?
It was periods, so it was up and down, but there was a lot of, I would say out the 2 years, it was a long gray area. And, I was still carrying on, through my everyday life, still having to work, still having to, still was active in my social life, still had my friends, still had family. But then I felt like there were times where, when things weren't working out in my personal life, for me personally, and it's either could be I wasn't getting the support I was supposed to be getting, or I was really burnt out, or I was making huge mistakes or fumbling things, or opportunities. So, and then also career wise, and I it was just all weighing down. So it was a 2-year gray period.
It felt like rock bottom for you.
Man, I can't, you only supposed to hit rock bottom one time, but rock bottom was rock
back to back. I remember that story. First of all, we met in a dance class, art tour class, vocal class. That's how we know each other. But I remember we spoke on the phone. Okay. When I asked you, certain information about you or whatever, and you mentioned a breakup story.
Yeah.
Did that have to do with that depressive state, or that's just a different time period?
No. No. I mean, I was in the relationship in the depressive state.
Whoa.
So that's why I was.
Whoa, no, let's talk about that. No. Oh, really?
Well, like I said, it goes back to how I was saying, I was still living my everyday life. So, I was in a relationship. My relationship is a long term. So my depressive started through my personal life. So when the pandemic happened, right? I feel like everyone's depressive state goes back to the pandemic.
Yeah.
But that was a wrecking time, right? But career-wise, I've always done retail. I worked in retail for 10 years. So I was doing a little bit of a teaching job.
Okay.
It was really nice. It was part-time.
Okay.
And it was an after-school program. So I taught theater, poetry, creative writing.
To kids?
Yes, kindergarten through 5th.
Ooh.
Yeah, the babies and the bigger babies.
Yeah. Patience.
Yeah. And I did that for some years. That was my home. That was my career, honestly. and I dedicated years to it. So when the mandate happened, I was just like,
That's when it happened.
Yeah, that was the job that I lost after the mandate. So then it was like going back into retail full time was like not like the best thing. So like the jobs I was in, the stores that I was working with, and the teams the environments that I was going in and out of to like make money, to like pay my bills and stuff like that, it was like frustrating because it's just like
it was not working.
Yeah, like I hated the environment that I was in. I hated like how it was making me as a worker. And it was like back to back. So one year I was working at this job, and then another job after that. It just was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible work environment. It's like when you're there full time, like it starts to weigh on you.
Mm-hmm. Mentally.
Yeah, mentally. And then physically too.
What happened to get you out of that state of mind?
Yeah.
Just like for you to find that light again.
Yeah. You did ask me that, and I was like, did I get to the point?
No, not yet.
I would say just dressing up.
Okay, so fashionista.
Yeah, because like I had a few months where like I was just like just going to work and whatever was warm.
Sweats.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
It didn't have to match as long as it was warm and appropriate.
Yeah.
And then like even in the house, like not upkeeping like my maintenance. And maintenance is like really big for me. And that's just like a part of like like taking care of myself, like taking care of my hair, my skin, my eating habits, and like wasn't doing that like for a couple of months, like all that kind of like I couldn't really see it. Like I just really was just like in A to B like functioning.
I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go there, and
just work, go home.
Yeah, that's boring.
It is boring.
Do you believe that?
Dressing like a person,
yeah.
I wasn't feeling like a person for a while, and like just getting back to myself. That is how like I express myself.
So that is where depression, the quote, after depression comes fashion.
Yes.
Because you have to force yourself to get out of that through fashion. In a way.
guess like just kind of like committing. So like my friends would like hit me up to go out and do things. And like that was like the time for me, like, oh, finally.
I can just dress up and look cute.
Because I'm always like going to stuff, and I'm always like asking my friends to like come here. And like I wasn't going anywhere. So it's like the only time I would go out is if someone asked me out.
Okay.
And I was longing for it. So it wasn't as often, but especially because when you're in a relationship, your friends think like,
you care about being with your man,
you don't get the same invites. But I do have friends that like would invite me out, and I was like, okay, committing to it, and just being like excited to just go outside the house, because on my own, my house is like a den, like whatever.
Is that healthy though? Like I don't know, because I'd be like that sometimes.
It's not healthy to do it for months and weeks, and
that's true.
And it's not like, I feel like it's an opposite. Like you can rest and recharge, but then just to be like down in your emotions and your feelings, like, or just like not being active.
Yeah.
Because outside of being young, you're still alive. Like you should be. But I don't know.
Still live is what you're saying.
Yeah. Because I was just sad. I was just like, dang. Like at some point, it was just like, why are you even sad? And then I had to like think about like being grateful and stuff like that. But like playing with my clothes kind of just like brought me back to myself a little bit, and that's how like I became like started to like see myself and just see things around me, and that's how like I started to like be more grateful and just come back into myself and just come back being alive and being present and being a person. So it's like after depression, it's like after like this dark period, after this space, because it was also like a space of like confusion, no direction, unknowing. Yeah.
And it's just like when you feel lost, you just want to give up. Like, I don't want to do anything anymore.
Because I've never just lived to just pay bills. And when it just became my entire life, I was just like not happy about it.
It was like dreading. It was like, alright.
Yeah.
Well, like, I guess when you include your arts into it, it makes it more like worthwhile. Sort of, kind of.
Art is like not just one thing. It's like so many creative things. Like art is dance, art is painting, art is writing,
And you tell your story through your fashion.
Well,
No?
yes. I do.
Because I was looking through your page, and you know, I met you at Arturo's class. Notice you have Bantu knots. Your outfits, your hairstyle. Black girl with the black girl, the hair, like the type of hair you wear, how you wear your hair, and like your Instagram name is considered. What's the name again? So I was trying to figure out like, how do you relate that name to your fashion sense? Because it's giving Black power.
Oh my gosh, you know.
Okay.
That's so funny. Wow. So, Revolutionary Kings. I would say, going back to high school.
Okay.
My high school was like an art school. But like the teachers there were very like Black. So like when they taught, like they were very big on like teaching us about our culture and channeling our art into our culture, because it was a very avant-garde art school, and there was like different types of artists. So it was graffiti artists, there was anime, there was painters, writers, poets, like there's different types of artists, and their goal was really just like making sure that we know who we are when we're also creating. So I was very into like Black literature and Black history.
Oh, nice.
Those were like the classes that I really enjoyed. So my page, Revolutionary Kings, like I was really big on like the Black Panther movement.
Okay.
And like you know, just like how powerful it is. Like I remember like when I graduated from high school, like the natural hair movement was a thing. That was like 2013.
And that's not too long ago.
Yeah, it's not. That's probably like, well, I'm not doing that.
No.
But that was 2013. Oh, I graduated from, wait, hold on.
Lord.
I already said my age, so it doesn't matter. But that, when I graduated from high school, it was the natural hair movement, and that's when YouTube was like a thing. But, you know, I was really like drawn into like the natural hair because I've had perms through high school. So I was like, I wonder how my hair is gonna look, because I didn't remember how it looked outside of the perm. And then like I would like feel the new growth in my hair, and I would feel a little like kinky
after a few weeks.
You know, so I did like trimmed it off little by little and do big chops, and since then like I've had natural hair.
So you will always stick to the natural hair.
Yes.
So like the natural hair will have to be part of your fashion state, like how you present yourself.
I would say yeah, because like just like learning about like playing with my hair, and like it just became like how I express myself. But even like when I did perms, like my hair has always been like how I express myself, like just playing with it, just seeing what I can do with it.
Yeah.
And that really happened when like, you know, when you have an idea set in your head of like how the style is supposed to look and it doesn't work out, having to fix those errors and mistakes. So it's like, and then also like natural hairstyles like braids. Like I don't like sitting in a chair for so long.
Yeah.
So I learned how to do my own braids. So yeah, you know, and then like I guess like connecting that to like the natural hair movement, and like seeing how other Black women gain confidence through their hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's been a whole journey, and
I have to work on that because I could do big chops, I could do Caesar cuts, but I like my pixies and my finger waves, and you need a perm for that. So I go in and out.
Yeah.
Braids, perms, and natural. I do it all.
Yeah, but natural to me is just outside of like extensions. Because people tie it to just kinky curly, but to me it's just like outside of extensions, like being able to like wear your own hair in any style, whether it's a perm or it's kinky and curly, or you know, it's just being comfortable to like, okay, like we like our wigs, we like our braids, we like our extensions. That's still, you know, a part of like our like, you know, Black women culture, brown women's culture, but just being able to like be comfortable
expressing
taking it off and just wearing your own hair.
Okay.
But perms is not really the it girl. It's about the extensions, the wigs.
Or like the new thing now. It's not really new, but like the dreadlock extensions.
Yeah.
Those are dope.
Oh, the crochets.
No, not the crochets. It's like human hair.
Oh, instead of like doing like so instead of doing like it's like when you start your lock.
Yep, and you add
those.
Yes. I would get those. I like those.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's cheating the process?
It is. You're rushing it. Like, you're supposed to wait.
Yes.
But if you had to grow little by little by little. But if you're not comfortable
with short hair,
yeah, because not everyone likes starter locks.
That's what I'm saying. It goes back to like playing with your hair. And,
okay.
Like, you know,
being comfortable with it, like accepting it, and rushing the process. That takes time because you know the history of loving your natural hair.
Yeah.
So.
And it wasn't easy for me either because like for me, when I knew I had to like go out places, I would always like go back to extensions. Like I would do braids or do twists. I feel like okay, if I'm going to like this certain party or this type of event,
you gotta look a certain way.
Yeah,
I get it.
But I didn't know like what styles I can do to be in that space.
Because it's different styles for each, even if it's with your hair.
Yeah, but like not knowing because like you can play with your natural hair and like go to like a formal, like go to like work or a wedding with your natural hair. Mm-hmm. But it's just all about knowing how to style it.
That's
knowing
it.
How, yeah.
That's it.
You can style that wig, that lace front. You can style
your hair.
Yeah.
So now I know the even if it's not natural, but certain types of hair goes with your style. So like what style do you consider what you wear, like what you rock? I don't know if there's a name for it or.
I don't have a name for my style. You know why? Because like I feel like I'm always playing.
Okay.
And like when I'm getting dressed, like it's just piecing things together. And it's trial and error. So like I'll have like this sometimes like I'll have it already planned. Mm-hmm. But then like I'm very playful, so whatever's planned, like I may switch it out. Like it's really just a puzzle. Mm-hmm. Like every time I get dressed, it's a puzzle. It's a new puzzle.
Let's see what we're
putting
gonna
the
do
pieces. You know, like even like getting dressed today, like it was just a puzzle. Mm-hmm. And I'll start with the base. Like one thing that I know like I want to wear. Like for me, like I knew I wanted to wear the leather skirt.
Got it.
Y'all can't see it.
But unless you want to stand up and show, you know, my audience.
Oh,
come on. Okay. With the fedora hat and the hoop earrings.
Yes, accessorize. Oh, yeah, I knew I wanted to wear the leather skirt, and like I had a whole different brown orange situation going on.
You said day by day you puzzle your outfits together. So how long does it take you to get dressed?
You know, I'm ashamed to say.
How long?
No, I'm playing. I'm not really ashamed. But you know,
it could take me a couple of 4 to 6 hours.
It'll take me 4 to 6 hours, honestly.
Girl, how do you go out and like if you have an event to go to? How do you like? Get
and that's
time?
Oh,
you don't. You got black people time.
I'll be on fashion girly time.
Oh, fashion girly time.
It depends. I feel like when it's not working out, then time will drag because then I'll get like frustrated.
Okay.
But for the most part, an average, a good 2 hours.
That's not bad. 2 hours is not bad.
2 hours is not bad.
Mm-mm. But if you got work at 7 in the morning, if you got work early and you take
I'll be late. I have my excuses ready.
Oh my god.
I cannot leave the house.
So who you get your fashion inspiration from? Maybe someone like a celebrity, probably that I know, so I can see like the name. Yeah, who's your, or if you don't have inspiration, but do you have one?
You know, I have a few. It's a few. See, this might sound corny, but it's okay. One of them is my mom.
Aww.
And that's really because growing up, she was very put together. Like she had this big, well, from the outside, the closet looks so small, but when you go inside, it's like this whole thing. And it was organized. And like, well, I organized it actually. The closet that was like my job. Mm-hmm. So like, even just like seeing all her things, like the shoes, like how everything just matched and like
put together.
Yeah, and like every time like she would go out, like I was like in the room with her, like getting the outfits together.
Wow. So the fashion was already embedded in you.
You know, it's crazy because now that I'm saying it, I'm like, oh shit. Like,
that's crazy.
She made me a stylist.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, because you see how like you connect the dots from your past.
Yeah.
And it makes sense why you're into what you're into now.
Yeah, and it was a thing. Like every time that she has, it could be a doctor's appointment, going to church. Like every Saturday night, it was a thing. Like just finding the outfits, getting ready, getting her dressed the next day. Like okay, we took out the outfit, but now it's time to get her dressed. Oh my gosh, why is that thing?
That's crazy. Because she's a stylist.
Yeah, but like I was designing stuff to draw, so that was like my own thing. So I started with writing stories, and then from writing stories, I just kind of I would draw and do my own illustrations. And then like I got more into the illustrations, and then I started to draw more than I wrote. Like, my mom saw my drawings. I think she was just into it, that I could draw, and she told me like, I should draw bigger. And she was really talking about the clothing.
Yeah, wow.
And I was like, I wrote the characters, but then like getting into the drawings, I had an idea of like how I wanted the characters to look. And that's really because I watched cartoons, and I would get tired of seeing it in the same outfit. I love cartoons, but it would frustrate me, like, why are they only wearing that? Like, so I would like draw how they're supposed to look. And my mom was like, like draw the clothes, like draw bigger. And then like she got me into like drawing the clothes, and then I guess that birthed into designs.
Yeah.
And then from that, like, we would sew together. So like she would like do a project. Our projects I remember was like making pants as a skirt. So that's like
skirts.
Yeah, so like you just cut the seam in the middle, and like, you know how pants are separate. So you basically cut the seam. And then
Yeah.
So that was like a thing. It was cute.
Wow, so she like kind of guided you to continue doing what you're doing now.
Yeah.
She gave you like as far as like supporting what you were into.
Yeah, like she kind of like opened that career, because like as a kid I didn't know anything about outside of cartoons. All I knew was cartoons, and I didn't like their outfits. So
Judgy, Miss Judgy. Hashtag no.
Is it judgy?
No.
Just a little critical. So that's all I knew. But outside of that, the only career I knew was dance. Sidebar.
Wait,
what?
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, that's the only career. I wanted to be a dancer so bad.
She did not tell me she wanted to be a dancer.
I did. My parents was like, I'm not paying for that.
What? Like you wanted to go to dance? What kind of dance?
Everything. I wanted to do ballet. I wanted to be flexible, because in elementary I was always in like the performances, like. Yeah.
You did not tell me that.
Yeah, my sisters will say it in the comments, hopefully. But yeah, I was always in like the performances in elementary. Every showcase, I wanted to dance. I taught myself how to be flexible, cartwheels, bridges, all that stuff. But it's 7 of us, so I knew my parents was not gonna like pay for dance class and costumes.
Finances.
Yeah.
Wait, so like besides that voguing class that we met, like, do you go to any other dance classes?
No, that's dance class.
Girl, if you like to dance, why don't you do it?
I dance at parties. Like
Okay.
I dance at parties. But
that's dope.
it really became a back burner. I enjoyed it on the TV, like shows like So You Think You Can Dance.
Yeah, America's Best Dance Crew.
Yes, America's Best Dance Crew. Okay, so
The Double Walkie.
Yes, Fanny Pack. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I did not know that. So but your love is fashion first.
Yes.
Okay. Priorities.
Yeah.
So with fashion, since it's a priority for you, what does fashion mean to you? What is fashion?
See, there's fashion and there's style.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So like
Explain the
fashion. Okay. It's so funny because now on Instagram or on social media, like they're talking about the difference between like fashion and style. Fashion is like the career, like it's about like the designer, the designs. It's about like, telling the story, creating looks. Yeah, it's more so about the brand.
Okay.
I feel like style is more personal. Like fashion is just a product. Style is more personal. It's what you do with the product. It's how you sell the product. And it's how you wear the product. Style is more personal. It's how you can really like identify a person. So I feel like I can tell who a person is based on like their style.
How they dress.
Like you're sporty and you wear like streetwear. Like I know, like as my friend, I'm not gonna get you like
heels and
yeah. Unless you put it on your birthday list or something like that.
Yeah.
But like you can tell like what type of environments you bring them in.
Got it.
Like if I see you're more emo, I'm not gonna invite you to a dance hall party. So it's certain things like surfacing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, fast fashion.
Yeah.
Do you like fast fashion?
I use fast fashion.
Okay.
And that's because there's nobody escaping it, to be honest.
It's all over the place.
I mean, if I could clean up the whole world, I would, but it's just so many things. I feel like there's just so many other things going on that fast fashion is like, I wouldn't say that, I don't want to sound like superficial
Okay.
by saying it's not top priority or like a big thing compared to like everything else. But I just feel like there's just so many things that's unavoidable. Like 10 people will stop shopping at the machine for one day.
That's not gonna make a difference.
Yeah.
If
It's like no escaping, no avoiding it.
yeah.
But some people really can't afford like, I mean, even Zara is pricey. Like Zara could be like regular every day, but not everyone want to spend $90 on jeans or $90 on one thing. So it's no avoiding it. I would just say like, if you have to, like increments.
Okay.
But I'm noticing that now, like certain brands are like, well, fast fashion brands like H&M or like those, they have like sustainable tags on them. Like they're trying to switch to sustainable, like using like raw materials, recycling, stuff like that. Like if you notice, yeah.
But you know what's gonna happen then? The price is gonna go up.
The price has been going up. It's no
Inflation.
It's no escaping anything. It's no escaping anything. It's just more so like how you, what you do, like how you can just do your part
And manage it. Okay.
But I'm a thrifter.
Okay, let's talk about you thrifting. Can we get some thrifting tips?
I'm a thrift queen.
How long you been thrifting for? Where do you thrift?
See, I've been thrifting since high school.
Okay.
And that's when I started like making my own little money.
Okay.
I would do any little like internships and stuff like that to like make money. And I've been doing that since 15, 14.
Mm-hmm.
So I went on a little Google.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like I would find like different thrift shops in Brooklyn and just go. I don't know, I've been doing it since 14.
Wow, that's a long time.
That's a long time.
Wait, so
And that's because back then I was cheap. Not really cheap. Well, I was cheap, but then I emerged into a smart spender because I just looked at it like, why am I spending like $50 on one thing when I can get like 10 things for $50?
That's smart.
Yeah.
And just take care of it, maintain it, reuse it, add more.
Yeah. And I like creating a wardrobe, and that's like how I always like thought about it. Like, there was like a cute store like that was like around the corner like of my house. Like the tops would be like $8, and like the sweaters would be like $12. Save my money, get a little $20, and get my shirt
and your sweater.
Yeah. So thrifting, I love thrifting because it's like you never know what you're gonna find.
Yeah.
And I think you also have to be open-minded.
And not look at only price tags.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm trying to say.
Like, don't just buy it because it's $3. Like.
Yeah. So have intention behind it.
Yes, intention.
You mentioned, I don't think you did mention, but you're a shopper too.
Yeah, personal shopper.
Personal shopper.
Yeah.
So how do people come to you? Like, how do people find you?
They don't. I kind of usually. Well, I won't say they don't. So I just started personal shopping in the summer. So I've always been styling, but what happened with how I got into personal shopping is that I had to like shop for the pieces that I was styling people in. So like if someone asked me to style them for a birthday party or an event, like I was the one that had to get that would get the looks.
Yeah.
And like I realized like one, a lot of times like people want to keep the clothes. I don't get to take it back because sometimes I'll take things back and like that's how I'm building like my archive, like my wardrobe, like a stylist closet for myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a known stylist yet, I can't really get
keyword yet.
You know, words have power, like I said. Yeah. So because I'm not like a known stylist yet, I don't have access where I can go to showrooms and like, you know, like do consignments. Consignments is where you are able to like go to any, like you can go to a designer store or showroom or like a store like real like those type of boutiques piece, and you can borrow the clothes for a little bit, and then you bring it back. Like, not damaged, clean, and everything, but you have to bring it back or else you're charged. I don't have the credentials to like, hey, let me get your stuff. So a lot of times I'm like buying stuff.
With your own money?
With my own money. And when I'm styling someone, I'm the one who like does the shopping. So I'm the one that gets like the clothes and stuff like that. So I just added that like as a fee. So it's like, if you want to, at times I'm like buying stuff.
With your own money?
With my own money. And I would either, and to me it's like an investment where I can build my own closet. So I won't have to like borrow from anyone. I can just pull from my own. And that could be for a photo shoot or an event. And a lot of times people always want to keep it.
Yeah, of
so
course, because they look good in it.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, well, if you're keeping it, then that just became a thing where it's like, all right, I'm just shopping. So I added that like as an extra fee so that...
Like they're using their money to shop.
Yeah.
But you're physically going in the stores, doing it for them.
Exactly.
To relieve the tension of...
Yeah, because using my own money, if I'm not keeping it, it's like, well, it's yours. So then that's how like personal shopping became a thing.
Okay.
And then sometimes like I'm not able to like style them or be with them because I'm very hands-on. So like if it's certain events, like I'll go with the artist to support. So if I'm not there to dress them or if I'm not able to make it to the event, I'm just like getting the pieces that they will need for that event. So it depends on like what they may need. So I can either like do styling and personal shopping or it's different.
Got it.
Yeah. So it really just depends on like what they need, like what is it for, and a lot of it is word to mouth. So my friends tell their friends or social media. A lot of times, 9 times out of 10, I'm not posting my stuff.
So you got supporters.
I'm not, because I'm like, I don't feel like I'm ready for like people to be like coming at me so much because life be lifing. So I'm at a beginning stage. Like I'm building my portfolio. I'm going back to school. Like I'm saving my money, getting financially smart. So I'm like, when the wave comes, I want to be ready. Like, oh, this is all my work here.
I get that, but I don't know. To me, sometimes if you keep waiting till you're ready, what if that's like, I don't know, what if that takes too long? Yeah. Sometimes you just have to throw yourself out there and then get ready in the process. Yeah. If that makes sense. If you agree, I don't know.
I do agree, but you know, then there's that devil of FOMO that's like, so I'm finding a balance.
I saw this 3-piece skirt outfit that you made for someone. Like
the pink.
You actually designed it.
Yeah.
Like you drew a picture.
No, that was like from my head.
Hashtag visionary. Okay.
No. I just did it from my head.
That was cute.
Thank you.
How long did that take? How long?
It took a couple of days within the week. Okay. It was very last minute. The person I did it for, her name is Kaf. Shout out to Kaf. That is my house sister. We are in a small family house. I would just say it's like your close friends, but creatives, talented, and you know, getting into the house is a very new circle of friends, but we're also a tight-knit family. So very sisterhood, theyhood, familyhood. So she had asked me to make a look for a burlesque inspired performance she was doing. I know, and I love burlesque. I love burlesque. The feathers, the pearls.
The theatrics of it all.
I love theatrics. I love it. So I was like, okay. I initially was like, honestly, nothing goes as planned. I really just go. I create as I go. So I knew I wanted to use feathers. Okay. She was with me throughout the whole process. We already had like the bodice part, so it was like a bathing suit.
The what part?
It was a bathing suit, so it was like the top part. Okay. And it was green, so that was painted pink, and then I originally was supposed to use like purple feathers, but when we went to the store and I saw the pink on her skin, because she has like this nice chocolate brown skin, the pink popped more than the purple, so we just went with pink. Then I used feathers, so it was like 3 bows that we had, so we could just detaching the feathers, attaching it to the bodice. Then we got the shorts. Yeah, and then we attached the feathers and made like little accessories, like cute things like gloves, then the headpiece, because you know I love dramatics and accessories.
The process.
And the choker.
Oh Lord. The way you're explaining it seems like a long process, but I don't think it took you that long, did it?
It took me a couple of days.
That's not long.
It wasn't long though. It was very last minute, but I love a challenge.
Yeah, it was nice.
I hate last minute, but I love a challenge.
Just jumping in like, oh my god, I gotta
Yeah, I eat. That's why
changing, going back, put it in, put it out, take it out. Yeah. So let's talk about fashion tips. A quick fashion tip for whatever you have in mind.
Okay.
That you would like to give out to.
Okay. Fashion tips. Okay. This is a shopping tip. This is very important.
Oh, shopping tip. Okay.
When to get sales. Now, if you're someone who likes to shop for winter time, after Christmas, February is your time to get the sales. The sales are in February. The sales are not in September for summer sale. It's middle August. At the end of August. August is the month for sales. February is the month for sales. If you're thrifting, you should go by yourself and be open-minded. When you're shopping for something, always like think about different ways you can wear it. That way it will last longer and you'll know what to do with it. And that way, when you go home, you can mix it. Think about how you can mix it in what you already have. Be extremely fearless and be obsessed with yourself. That way, when you're experimenting, yes, you have to be obsessed with yourself.
Yes.
Because when you're experimenting, you never know how it's going to look. You may feel like, oh, this don't match. Who matches anyway? But you may feel like, okay, like this is not normal, but it's different, or is it too much? Like,
outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, like once you're obsessed with yourself, like you'll be able to like comfortably experiment. And then dress for yourself. Because at the end of the day, no, this might be dark. This gonna sound very dark.
Let's hear it.
But you know, we're gonna die anyway.
So
one day on this earth. But it's like you want to think about like, damn, like I'm only in this flesh one time. I'm only in this life one time. Like, why am I gonna waste a lot of that time just being scared or worrying about everyone
what
else?
other people think?
Because
yeah,
that's what we all have in common, is that we're all not gonna be on this earth forever.
And that's a fact.
Who cares about what anyone else thinks anyway? So, you know.
Thank you for that. That was really inspirational. But we gotta close out the show.
I hope I gave you everything you needed.
You gave me everything I needed, girl. Please just give out your Instagram name and how my audience can find you so you can wrap up the show.
Yes. Well, you know, if you want to add me on the gram.
On the gram.
So my name is Revolutionary Kinks. It's spelled the correct way, Revolutionary, and Kinks, Kinkz. And that's just where you'll find everything. Like, you have access to a YouTube page that I'm continuing.
Okay, artist. Well, I just want to say thank you for coming on to my show, and thank you everyone for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.